I mean, it's okay. Sometimes you're frustrated, and like I think it's okay to be able to voice your frustration. I definitely disagree with that one. I put a lot of people on hooks, so definitely don't see that one as a tunneling match. There's definitely matches where like somebody has not gotten to play as much of the game as I would like for them to, or I'm sure they would like to. So like I get it. It's fine. It doesn't bother me too much. Like obviously I never want to upset anybody, right? Like that's not the point of the stream. That's not the point of this game. Um, hey, thanks, Devry. I appreciate you. Yeah, I never want anybody to be upset or to like walk out of a game feeling really bad. So I feel bad if that happens, but I think it's important that if somebody's angry or frustrated about a match, I think it's important that they be able to, express that and kind of say their piece. And then, if they want to hang out afterwards and kind of see if they still feel that way after a couple of matches, that's fine. Um, and if not, then, that's fine. They can just go on their separate way. Devery, I would ask who you were in that last match, but it was three Michaelas, and I would not be able to tell the three of you apart. But I genuinely thought you guys were fun. I had a very fun time playing that match, and I hope you're having a good night. I hope you're enjoying your DVD experience. Um, Fancy Michaela, got it. Was that like the green on the back? Were you the one that was shaking your head no at me and like yes, like were you the one that was communicating with me? Right? It's been excellent, Devery. Devery, I just want you to know I love when survivors come and talk to me as a killer during a match. Like the fact that you're willing to just sit there and like hang out, talk a little bit during the game when I'm clearly trying to murder you all. Nothing but respect. That's honestly why I probably let the three of you go at the end. I was just sitting there and I was having such a good time. You guys were so cool. Really appreciate you, Devery. That's awesome, Eclipse. Congrats on that. Hey, Devery, this thing I have up here, you see we just landed on Blight? This is Wheel of Chaos. If you're interested in interacting with it, it's a 12-slice wheel. Every slice has a killer. For coming in and chatting for the first time and being just kind of a genuinely nice person, if you want to, you can get one free interaction on it. You can either ask me to spin it, and whoever I land on is who I have to play in my next game after this Blight match, or you can update any slice you want to, take the killer that's currently there off, and put any killer you want in their place. So if you want to interact with it, it's just kind of my way of saying, hey, thanks for coming in and being chill. I genuinely appreciate when survivors come in after matches and are respectful, are nice, are kind, and just drop those GGs. It means a lot. Um, and I hope you're having a good night of DVD. Nurse for Onryo, you got it. Let's get Onryo on there again. Okay, so I'm taking Nurse off and I'm putting a second slice of Onryo, right? I just want to make sure I'm getting this correct. Dun, 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 dun. The irony in this decision is that I feel way more comfortable playing on. Feel way more comfortable playing on Onryo, but I think that Onryo overall I think is more interesting to play against as survivors because I think you get excellent, great, glad to hear it, and thank you so much for dropping that follow. I appreciate it. I think Onryo and Nurse are both fun. I think they're both fun to play as and against, but I think Onryo creates a little bit cooler decision making. I think it's easier to make correct decisions playing against her than it is Nurse. You have to like really go into the mind game when you're playing against Nurse, and the Nurse is also kind of mind gaming back. And if you get a couple of those wrong, it gets real bad real fast. I love Onryo's stealth mechanics and how she can just feel like she's jumping out of nowhere, but also the fact that to kind of balance that, she's really bad in that secondary chase. Like after she hits somebody, she typically struggles to get that second hit. And I love that that means oftentimes as Onryo, I have to go off and hit other people and get everybody in an injured state. And that typically means that survivors then have the opportunity to heal themselves up. And if they do that, we kind of get in this weird, it's still kind of a very pressure and like pressure oriented game, but it's less get the hit, get the down, and it's more so make sure that everybody is feeling injured and pressured. And if you do that correctly, she feels so cool. And if survivors set up their boon totems with Circle of Healing, if they're on point with medkits and just kind of keeping themselves topped off, it's really, really tough. And I think it's cool, whereas Nurse, you're making a lot of these micro decisions moment to moment, like when do I double back? Like, can I get to this big thing and like Mind Gamer with a large wall? Nurse, you're making a lot of micro decisions to beat her. I feel like Onryo, you're making a lot of important macro decisions if you need to beat Onryo. And I really, really like macro killers, and I think it's very interesting to watch survivors play against them. That I would like to use in Spirit is Brutal Strength, Call of Brine, and Enduring. I love Call of Brine. I think Call of Brine is one of the best perks that's out there right now, and when you pair it with Brutal Strength, it feels so good. Like getting the faster generator kicks, the increased generation, and information, like I feel like you get so much good stuff. Can you remind me what Enduring does? I admit I don't play with that perk very often, and off the top of the dome, I'm drawing a blank. Petrified Oak is on for real. Did they drop? I wasn't even looking. I was talking to you guys. Did they drop a Petrified Oak? I mean, it's okay if they dropped one. It's not a big deal. You have to get downs for the Petrified Oak to matter, and that might just not matter when we're playing. Oh, nice, yeah, that can be huge. I get stunned way more than I would like to admit, and especially as Onryo when you're really going for those hits, it can be tough. But yeah, Petrified Oak only matters if you get survivors down and try to put them on hooks. If you can't get to that point, it's not really a big deal. Oh, close. Yeah. I really struggle on Blight. Blight's a tough one for me. Okay. We got door though, and that's good. Okay, we got pallet. This is such like a chaotic killer for me. I really am not good with him. Nice, okay. Oh my goodness! How did I hit any of those walls? Oh my goodness, thank you. Hey guys, we hit the point where it matters. A big murderous swimmable? Yeah, the lack of control is so difficult. Oh man, turned a little tight there. That's fine. Honestly, I think we just go back here, right? Guy's gonna hit second state. I'm doing it right now. I didn't want him. Give me the mag. Nice, okay. Honestly, that's the first time that totem has come in clutch for me. 2 hooks so far, we're doing great. This is a fantastic Blight game for us. We never get this. I feel a little bit bad going back for that, but like I definitely had lost my momentum on the Jake. I didn't have other great objective, and he was so close to second state that I think it's worth it. Oh my goodness, those gens are flying. just skipped past that. I saw you. You shall not evade me again, Jake. Nope, can't turn that sharp. Ooh, but... Here's what I really like that they're doing. They're letting survivors stay on that hook state for a long time, but they're still probably going to get her off before she goes second state, and they're getting a lot of value out of that, in my opinion. One of the things I see happens a lot is people are very aggressive with the unhooks, and they'll do it when the killer's really close by, and waiting like this is absolutely massive. Oh, no, he's gone. Oh, he's not gone. Allow me to kick this generator. Nice, okay, cool. Okay. This is actually, like... This is probably one of my better Blight games. I normally have, like, one hook at this point, and the fact that we're getting these people feels real good. Blood Favor's actually been kind of clutch, preventing them from getting too much. Now, them being allowed to heal up, not so good for me. Watch, they're all in the basement. Could you imagine if they're all just chilling down there? Very good plays by Bill here. This is honestly a really good looping technique. If he goes right for the window, he's a little slow and went a little wide, so that's going to hurt him. But just if you're really tight about it and you go for those loops, it can be really good. We'll see if he has decisive. We're kind of at that point where we're so pressed that we need to risk it. Nice. Using that little delay and just getting that value out of the time was very important for us. Now, I admit we aren't playing this super tactically like I should be. I have a 3-gen right now, and I'm just ignoring the fact that it exists. But honestly, this is just, you know, we're just having fun at this game. This one doesn't matter. Oh, nice. Very lucky there. Very lucky. Yeah, it was basically a toss-up over which one it would be. Honestly, this was a mistake, because this is the second pop. Oh, no. Oh, good Lithe. That was such a good play. Oh, no. Okay, cool. Doesn't quite make it far enough. This is getting real scary. Honestly, this has been really good pressure from us too, and if they came back and started this, which they haven't. Wait, where did he go? Oh, off that way? That's fine. We kick this one. We get our pop value. Bill is still here. Nice. I know this because there's literally nowhere else for Bill to be. Now, with the Petrified Oak, I don't think I can get the Meg anywhere else. And this is one of those awkward things. Like, the Petrified Oak makes this harder. But, like... I mean, we give it a shot. Moon Knight? How is Moon Knight? I haven't watched it, but I'm very interested in it. Moon Knight's like one of those characters that I have very little personal experience with, but like he seems really interesting. Like the never quite sure what to believe and like what is real seems really cool. And I hear there's some really interesting twists that go on with Moon Knight. This has been a fantastic Blight game. 10 out of 10 would Blight again. We're doing way better on some of the killers that we normally don't do well on. I would dare to say, best Blight game ever. Okay, let's see if Jake gets out. Oh my goodness, these are on opposite ends of the map. Okay, well, he didn't get that, so I would guess over here. If he doesn't walk, we get Spies from the Shadows value, which is a pretty big deal for us. This hill is going to be murder for us. This is the reason that we, that he gets away. Oh. Thank you, my little spies. No, no, you need to go. You need to go. Yes. Please, boop. Yeah, I'll take that too. Yeah, let's get you home, buddy. Let's get you out of here. Yes. Yes, Jake. Yes. Yeah. They played well. Like they played as a team. I really like the fact that they were patient unhooking people. It applies a lot of pressure as a killer and forces me to move away from the hook, which then makes the unhooks really safe. There is kind of a happy medium, right? Because if they get really close to second hook state, like was what happened early on, I'm able to go back and try and pressure for that second hook state, but they still, overall, really liked these guys. Yes. And he disappeared into the night. Cool. Let me, keep me posted. Keep me posted on what you think. That was fun. Lisa, thank you so much for having me spend that. And Devry, again, thank you for doing that update. Add an Onryo. as discussed previously, really think she's a fun killer. That's what I like to hear. I feel like that's something that can sometimes be lost, especially in the superhero genre, right? Where there's so much focus on the action and kind of the cool, like the experience and just that superhero vibe that you lose kind of that human feeling and that connection. Is she nice? Who else do you play a lot? Um, but what was I gonna say? I feel like sometimes you lose that connection, and I think Marvel does it better than a lot of superheroes, like current Marvel universe. Legion is so. How do you feel about the Legion changes? I've had a lot of fun on them. Um, I like that I basically feel like I keep everything that I had in old Legion and just kind of get this nice, cool little boost. I very rarely get the full 4 hit, but I really